Welcome back. Nice and sunny outside on our America's Mattress Live Tower Cam. You know, back in college, a lot of my friends had setups where they had like a TV set up on the back porch. And, at times you're like, okay, that doesn't look best in the neighborhood, but I wish you had it right now because it is great outside. 71 degrees, not too much humidity, dew points, pressure about what we would expect really. Winds aren't too crazy. Sunset though, you'll notice a little bit of the orange in the background. It's getting earlier and earlier. So we're certainly in the fall now, especially when you look at those temperatures. 72 degrees, a perfectly average day. Look at that. 40 degrees was our low this morning. So we're almost getting into the 30s, feeling chillier and chillier in those overnight low temperatures. For many of us too, not just us here in Grand Junction. 34 was reached in Mount Mesa this morning, 23 over in Gunnison, 38 in Montrose, 36 over in Delta. And so what's that mean? Well, you're starting to see periodic frost and freeze warnings being issued, and we'll get to those here in a minute. High temperatures, we've reached 74 in Delta, 72 in Montrose, 60s over the mountains, 45 up in Carbondale. It's safe to say we're in the mood of fall, right? Temperatures are going down. Colors are becoming more and more vibrant up towards the Grand Mesa. Clear skies, same in Montrose, 67 degrees right now. Our temperatures for the month though, really these first 5 days have been warm overall. The 31st warmest first 5 days we saw on the month, if you two can take the whole total of what we've recorded. And we are going to warm back up again, unfortunately. That does contrast, interestingly enough, this freeze warning issued for the northwestern corner of the state, issued for the Yampa River Valley, so that affects cities like Craig, Meeker, and that unfortunately does mean some of those crops that are still hanging around could be damaged overnight as you do get those sub-freezing temperatures. And you might notice you were watching the 5. That just got upgraded. It was a freeze watch, now a freeze warning, which means they would expect those conditions tonight. Looking at our upper level flow though, we're getting this southwesterly wind here. It's really dry. It's keeping us feeling relatively warm these next couple days as those gradients start to tighten up a little bit. So let's take a look at the next 3 days. 76 tomorrow, still kind of close to where to be. Then 78 on Wednesday and 82 on Thursday. Again, those low 80s as the wind starts to become more and more southerly as we head throughout the week on our Futurecast. But we are going to see some rain coming up over the weekend too. This is Hurricane Priscilla. It's coming up from Baja California. And of course, it's going to break apart by the time it makes it to us. It's Category 1 hurricane. That strength is expected to go down. But it's going to break up what looks to be the perfect time to bring us some moisture. So while right now you might see not too much going on our Futurecast, a lot of sunny days coming up, you are going to see rain over the weekend again. This is a relatively dynamic situation. It's going to depend on exactly where that hurricane starts to break up and how much moisture it gives us, what strength it retains. But right now I can tell you for sure, Friday we're going to see rainfall in some capacity, but the heaviest amounts of rainfall across Thursday night through Sunday are going to vary a little bit. So if you do have those weekend plans, you are going to want to be keeping a close eye on the forecast because it's going to be changing up in the next few days. At least though I can say with confidence, those winds are only going to get up to about 20 miles per hour, not quite as crazy as what we saw last week. So you talked about warming up as we got into Thursday, right? And then Friday you're going to cool right back down. That's close to where we should be. And then getting into the 60s early next week is what it's looking like in our forecast. Tuesday in Montrose, 72 degrees. Wednesday, 78. A little bit more cloud covered right before those showers move in Thursday night. And a lot of rainy days coming up, getting again into the 60s for many of us next week. So we'll start to feel a little bit below average as we get into next week.